Namaste. Welcome to your Friday, August 20th yoga practice. Today I'd like to start with the idea thoughts are energy, and you can make your world or break your world by your thinking. Susan Taylor said that. Again, thoughts are energy, and you can make your world or break your world by your thinking. So as we settle into our easy seat, maybe close the eyes if it's comfortable. You can consider how we are responsible in so many ways for our experience by the thoughts we choose. There are so many thoughts that flicker through our mind that are not so much our choice, but when we start replaying them, we get to choose. As we sit and breathe for just a moment, let's take Venus Mudra, the Venus lock, since today is Friday, the day of Venus. So clasp your hands, interlace your fingers. Since it's all women on here today, it'll be our left thumb on top. And then just rest the palms in your lap. Sit tall and breathe. And with our hands interlaced in this way, let's be sure that the thumbs are not crossing each other. So the left thumb is stacked on top of the right thumb, and they're relatively parallel. This mudra is associated with improving focus, concentration, clarity, and directing sensuality. And since we know that thoughts are energy, you might draw to your mind some thoughts you'd like to carry through this practice, through the weekend, until we meet again on Monday. Framing your thoughts in the neutral or the positive. And let's transition our hands right into prayer mudra, bringing them up to our hearts. Inhale deeply for a long Om. Release your hands and walk both fingertips out to your sides. Flip your palms to face forward. Doing that externally rotates the arms. You can feel your shoulder blades slide together and down on your back. With your next inhale, see if you can lengthen your spine, lengthen your neck. The crown reaches towards the sky. And on an exhale, drop one ear to the corresponding shoulder. And the opposite fingertips might lift up off of the earth as that connective tissue tugs on the arm. That's fine. Keep reaching opposite fingertips away from you and noticing the sensation. Sometimes it might not feel like much at first, but if we bring our attention to it, there's always sensation in the body. I read an article yesterday discussing how there are more senses than the five that we've kind of been trained to believe there are, of course, right? But noticing the sensations that are happening internally, the stretch of the connective tissue, the pulsing of the tissues of the heart. Inhale through center and exhale, drop your opposite ear to the opposite shoulder. Several breaths here. And imagine that your upper body is staying in the same plane. So maybe you imagine that you're sandwiched comfortably between two panels of glass. So we're not leaning forwards or backwards. We're staying plain, leaning our head to one side. Breathe deeply. And return to neutral. Draw circles with your wrists. Take the circles the opposite direction. And make your way into tabletop. When you get there, take a few rounds of cow and cat. And just in general, you may want to keep your blocks at the top of your mat. As you move through cow and cat, check in with your foundation. Notice what parts of you are connected to the ground. So maybe your toes or the tops of your feet, your knees, your hands, and check in there. Are you dumping all of the weight into your wrists and the heel of your hands? And if so, can we energize the fingertips, the roots of the index fingers, the roots of the thumb? It's an active practice in the hands. Notice what happens if you get passive. The weight probably redistributes to the heel of the hands. So actively grip with your fingertips. Go ahead and tuck your toes. And as you're ready, on an exhale, send your hips high, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And take any movement that your body's asking for here. With everything you do, pay attention. There is so much subtlety in every movement and stillness. So notice your experience, constantly noticing, constantly practicing equanimity, noticing without judgment, just observing things as they are, passive observation. Breathe here. And when you're ready, inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. On your next inhale, lift your spine halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Keep your arms extending up to the sky as we breathe here. Notice your feet connected to the earth. You might even look down. Second and third toes are centered with the heels, so you might have to pivot your heels out a little bit. I remember feeling really pigeon-toed when I first started doing that cue. Now it feels like a solid foundation. Imagine pulling your legs apart while you anchor your tailbone down, lengthening your low spine. You might close your eyes if you feel steady here and imagine creating space between each vertebral joint. Shoulders are shrugging up and out. Fingertips are reaching towards the sky. Notice if you're feeling exhaustion in the shoulders. See if you can breathe with it. Energize the fingertips reaching to the sky. Relax your neck. One more breath like this. And exhale, shake your arms out all the way down. Add a little bounce to your knees. And pause for a moment here in this shaking, bouncing, letting energy out. Two more big breaths. Come to stillness. Notice. Inhale, reach your arms out and up again. Interlace your fingers and flip the palms away from you. Reach to the sky. On an exhale, hinge over to your right and keep the left foot really actively connected to the earth. Again, imagine that you're connected or you're in between two panels of glass. So we're just stretching to the side, not leaning forwards or backwards. And if your neck is feeling tired or tense, you can look down. Maybe you look up. For the next breath or two, focus on sending it to the left ribs, stretching those intercostal muscles, these little muscles between every rib. See if you can notice the stretch over the front of your hip. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale over to the other side. Maybe you switch the interlace of your fingers. Reach the left heel of your hand away from your body, the heel of your left hand, there we go. And your right foot anchors into the earth. So that opposing action can help us create more length in the body. Again, look down if your neck prefers, or look up. Notice where you can feel the stretch. Breathe especially into the right side body. Feel the front of your right hip. Another big breath like this. Inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, release your arms, shaking them out, soft bend in your knees. Good. From the top of your mat, inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway, long spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Hands to hips, step your right foot back and space set up for warrior one. Reach your arms up to the sky. Breathe deeply here. Notice the blade edge, the pinky side edge of your back foot. You can look forward and see that your left knee is stacked over the ankle. Imagine shifting your outer left hip back, outer right hip forward. Lengthen your low back, lift your fingertips to the sky. Another breath here. And as you exhale, clasp your hands behind your back, right thumb on top. Anchor your knuckles down as you inhale, and exhale, hinge forward. Breathe here in this humble warrior. If your shoulders are rounding forward, then pull the palms apart. If you have the space in your shoulders today, you can clasp the hands palms together. Let your head and neck hang heavy. One more breath like this. On an inhale, push into your left foot, rise back up. Release your hands to the sky and straighten your left knee. Square your hips. Exhale, hinge forward, pyramid pose. You can keep your arms floating by your side or release your hands to your front leg. Maybe grab those blocks and place them under your shoulders. Steer the left hip back, right hip forward. Breathe. Notice if the weight in your back foot is tipping into the big toe edge of the foot. Try to send it to the pinky side edge so we don't roll in on our ankle. Another breath in pyramid. Keep your right hand planted, left hand to your hip. Rotate the torso to the left. Keep pressing into the big toe side of your left foot. I always want to call it the thumb. I mean, the big toes are the thumbs of the feet. Maybe you reach your left hand to the sky, gazing towards your left thumb. Another breath. Exhale, unwind, gentle bend in your left knee. Plant your hands, preparing for standing splits. Inhale and exhale, step into standing splits. Stay for a breath or two. You can keep the right hand grounded, bring the left hand to the back of the left leg. Maybe you float both hands off of the earth. Try not to grip the mat with your left toes. Rather, anchor into the imagined four corners of the feet. Another breath. And exhale, set your right foot down, drop the right knee, transitioning into low lunge. Inhale, lift the torso. Exhale, open your heart. Breathe here. Another inhale. Exhale, release your fingertips to the earth. Tuck your right toes, lift the right knee off of the mat. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Asana. Another inhale like this. And exhale, pivot into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. I've done a lot of reading for a long time. I thought that pivot, that transition from high lunge to Warrior 2, I thought that was bad news for the hips. As it turns out, functional movement, it seems like it is okay. Breathe here, Warrior 2. Stay open through your chest and collarbones. On an inhale, lift your left palm to the sky, reverse warrior. Exhale, transition to extended side angle. Reach your right fingertips long overhead and anchor into the pinky side edge of your right foot. Maybe your left hand comes to a block. Another breath here. Exhale, pivot onto your right toes, transitioning back to high lunge. Or runner's lunge. Inhale. Exhale, step back into plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, one more breath in plank. As you exhale, lower your knees, find child's pose. 3 to 5 breaths in Balasana. Reach your arms up overhead if you brought them by your side. Inhale, rise up, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart and then hips. Step your left foot back in space. Warrior 1. Inhale, reach up. Settle in and breathe here. Again, connect to the pinky side edge of your back foot. Outer left hip shifts forward, outer right hip back, bending into the right knee, lengthening your low back, your tailbone. I don't want to say it tucks, but it's anchoring down and forward. Sounds like tucking. Reach your fingertips to the sky. On an exhale, bring your arms back behind you, clasping Yoga Mudra, left thumb on top. Anchor your knuckles down with an inhale. Exhale, hinge forward, humble warrior. Knuckles reaching towards the sky. Notice your shoulders. You can even look at them. And if they're rounding forward, if your chest is caved in, then pull the palms apart. Maybe you even release the knuckles, the fingers all together. On the flip side, if you've got the space available and you can roll your shoulders back, then bring the palms together for more opening. Notice the back left foot. Are we just hanging out in it, or are we actively pressing into the pinky side edge? On your next inhale, press into your right foot, rise up, release your hands to the sky. Straighten your right leg, exhale, hinge forward, pyramid pose. Hover the arms alongside your ears if you'd like. That's a lot of core work, shoulder work. Maybe you release your hands to your front leg. Maybe you grab blocks for under your shoulders. Steer the outer right hip back. As you do that, you'll feel the outer left hip shift forward. Again, we're still connected to the back edge of the back foot. Press into the right big toe root. Notice how that helps you distribute the weight evenly. All of this focusing on the postures helps us build our concentration. Remember that the yoga physical postures are all designed to help prepare us to sit and practice pranayama, which is designed to help us sit and focus our minds in meditation. Another breath like this. And then plant your hands, preparing for, left hand plants, right hand to your right hip, revolve the torso. There we go. Pull that right hip back in space. Notice if you're feeling a nice level of activity along your IT band on the right side. Maybe you reach your right fingertips to the sky. And scan your body. Where are you feeling sensation? And don't label it as good or bad. Just notice there's sensation there. Another inhale. Exhale, unwind. Now we plant our hands, bend the right knee, preparing for standing splits. Inhale, exhale, step into the right leg. Left heel reaches to the sky. As you settle in, you can keep the left hand planted, maybe bring the right hand to the back of the right leg. And as you imagine lifting the left leg, imagine or know that it can lift from the inside of your left thigh. That helps us keep internal rotation, keep the hips neutral. Maybe you're able to hover both arms or hands off of the earth. Wherever you go, we can admire the right foot and ankle for all that it's doing to stabilize us. Another breath. And as you exhale, bend the right knee, set the left foot down, drop the left knee, transitioning into low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, open your heart. Breathe here. Inhale, re-extend your arms to the sky. Exhale, swing the arms all the way down, fingertips to the earth, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Breathe like this. Another inhale, and when you exhale, pivot into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Fingertips are reaching away from each other. We're active through the arms. On an inhale, flip your right palm to the sky, reverse warrior. Keep the torso long. Stay for a breath. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down, extended side angle. Stay for another breath. And exhale, pivot back to high runner's lunge. Inhale. Exhale, giant step, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, fold forward, hands touch down. Step your right foot back and out, set up for warrior 1. We'll move a little faster. Inhale, rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, clasp your hands behind your back, right thumb on top. Inhale, anchor the knuckles, lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward, humble warrior. On an inhale, release the hands to the sky, straighten the left leg. Exhale, hinge forward, pyramid pose. Plant the right hand, inhale, revolve your pyramid, left hand to the sky. Exhale, left hand to the earth, bend the left knee. Inhale, exhale, standing splits. Stay for a breath. Inhaling here, exhale, bend your left knee, set the right toes, right knee down. On an inhale, lift the torso. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale here. Exhale, return the hands to the earth, tuck your right toes, lift the right knee, breathe. Inhale deeply. Exhale, let's pivot the right heel down, cartwheel ourselves up to warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale here. Exhale, pivot, high lunge, runner's lunge. Step yourself back to downward facing dog. Breathe. On an inhale, look forward. On an exhale, step or swing the right foot to the top of the mat. Left foot steps out and up, set up for warrior one. Inhale, rise up, Virabhadrasana one. Exhale, bring the hands around behind your back, clasp them, left thumb on top. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, hinge forward, humble warrior. On an inhale, rise up, release your hands to the sky, straighten your right leg. Exhale, hinge forward, pyramid. Left hand lowers, right hand helps us revolve. Inhale. Exhale, unwind, plant both hands, standing splits. Inhale, exhale, step into the right leg. Stay for a breath. On an exhale, set the left toes down, drop the left knee. Inhale, lift the torso. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale here. Exhale, fingertips to the earth. Transition to warrior two. Inhale, rise up. On an inhale, flip the right palm, bring it to the sky, reverse warrior. And exhale, extended side angle. Inhale. Exhale, pivot to high runner's lunge. Exhale, giant step forward, forward fold. Breathe. And as you exhale, sink your hips. Drop your hips all the way. Plant your feet. Sit tall with an inhale. Exhale all the way back onto your spine. When you get there, reach your arms up overhead, point your toes, take a full body stretch. Spread your fingers and toes as wide as you can and give them a wiggle. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. You can rock side to side if you'd like. Extend your legs long, pointing and flexing your ankles, soles of your feet to the sky. And we'll take a brief happy baby. And with your next exhale, release your legs and arms, finding your way into Shavasana, where we'll rest for a moment. And as you breathe and practice letting go, notice the aliveness of your body here. Thoughts are energy. And you can make your world or break your world by your thinking. Breathe deeply. Invite movement back into your body. Make your way back to an easy seat. Sit tall, hands together in front of heart space. We'll close this Friday practice by chanting Om on the C note associated with our root chakra. May we feel grounded and connected as we move through the day. Inhale deeply for Om. Thank you for sharing your practice and your energy.